So, some mono green ramp. This looks like it's fancied off of some of the green decks we saw in Pioneer for a little bit. We've got Leyline of Abundance here that makes our Dorkos tap for extra mana, and we've got a ton of Dorks here to play things out ahead of curve. Ideally, we're looking to get to things like Nissa or Golos as quickly as possible. And then we've got this kind of double tutor toolbox package here with Karn and Vivien, who overlap a little bit too. So like, for example, both Karn and Vivien can fetch up Meteor Golem in a pinch. We have this Ulamog in the sideboard to fish up with her. Stonecoil Serpent can be got with both to play giant things out. Golos can fish up Cascading Cataracts in order to let us... Cascading Cataracts in order to let us activate its ability to cast a bunch of spells. One card I'm wondering on is in Search of Greatness. Beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control. I feel like this is probably worse than just other ramp spells, but at the same time, the Scry could be valuable. Decks like this have a lot of air in them, so perhaps the incidental Scry one each turn could potentially be reasonable on this. So we're going to play some games with this and see how it goes. Some commentary going on in chat that I'd like to address about Cascading Cataracts versus the World Tree. I think the untapped part of Cascading Cataracts, when you draw it, is really, really important. In past, Cascading Cataracts being untapped, you know, yes, World Tree means you only have to tap 7 lands to activate Golos, but like, why? You have to tap 7 lands to activate Golos, but like, our deck is mostly mana. Yeah, that's a good question. Why is there a Lotus Field in here, Seth? What is this doing that I'm missing? This seems pretty narrow and bad. Especially since we're only on 20 lands. We should have some what's it called in here? Turntimber sounds super reasonable. I don't know that we want the full 4, but I'm gonna put at least 2 in here before we get started and cut a random forest. $19 creatures? What's the math? You get to look at 7 cards. And like, by the time you're casting it looking for a creature, it's like going to be a blank otherwise, right? So you might as well. I suppose with our 1 copy of Castle Garenbrig, this not being a forest would have brought this into play untapped. Oh, we got a couple of sub gifts in there too. Ones, thank you for those while we were doing the deck tech. I appreciate that. And Dedix, good morning and thanks for the follow. We do get a free goose. See, thanks for the prime. There's a ton of great people you can ship that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it this way this month and keeping me around. Appreciate the Bezo bucks. This matchup's gotta be unwinnable, right? I guess we could draw like a Nissa exactly, and then maybe we're okay. Even that's just gonna get attacked down, right? They compensated for basic bucks. Yeah, a Twitch streamer gets paid the exact same amount of money for a Twitch Prime sub as we do for someone subscribing paying $5.
I will rid you of your corruption.
It's the #1 reason why anybody that's serious about streaming on any platform streams on Twitch. You're leaving money on the table if you stream on a non-Twitch platform. That's why, like, the only types of people you see streaming on, like, Facebook or YouTube are people that have contracts to explicitly stream there. Super dead. Kina, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, Prime Gaming / Twitch Prime subs are a big part of what allows Twitch to keep their stranglehold on the streaming market. Anybody that wants to turn streaming, like, for context, like, for me personally, like 40 to 60% of my subscribers in any given month are Prime subscriptions. And while, like, if I was on a different platform where Prime didn't exist, like, some small percentage of those people would probably pay money to sub. A lot of them wouldn't, right? So, like, without those Prime gaming subs, my income would be like half of what it is, which wouldn't make this sustainable for me personally. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the YouTube stuff. I appreciate you dropping into a live one to drop that off. YouTube is supposedly working on a similar system. Yeah, I mean, if YouTube tied or, like, gave a free $5 a month sub to, like, their premium members, maybe that could compete. But, like, the fact that so many people just incidentally have Amazon Prime is a big part of why that free sub's a big deal. Hey, Sidetrack, thanks for the 5 months. Good morning, good morning. What am I cutting here? Is it just the slower ramp idiots? I think it's the slower ramp idiots. Coward split. Let's do that. And I would actually wager, I would bet that, and this is pure speculation based on my experience in the industry, but I would wager my 40 to 60% of my subs being Prime subs in any given month is actually on the low side for a lot of streamers on Twitch. I would bet especially people that stream more like flavor of the month games or like whatever the big game is at any given point, I would bet their ratio of Prime subs is higher. I don't have metrics to back that up, but that's what my instinct would say based on my understanding of Magic versus non-Magic stuff. Yeah, I mean, I have YouTube Premium too, and like if YouTube gave a free premium sub to people that have their service, like it would definitely be something, but it definitely wouldn't be as prevalent as like Amazon Prime is. Does Twitch provide metrics on subscription retention? They don't actually. That's something I don't have information about. YouTube Premium has no value to you personally. I watch a reasonable amount of YouTube content, and I don't like ads, believe it or not, like most people, and I don't like ad blocking people whose content I watch. I feel like it would be very hypocritical of me to block ads from content I consume as someone who relies on some amount of ad revenue for my income as well. So when you have YouTube Premium, you don't pay money, you don't see ads, and the content that you're watching gets paid ad revenue like you watch the ads on their content. There are companies or analytics companies that report on streaming content creators that give insight. So, number of subscribers streamers have is the one metric that is not publicly reported via the Twitch API. Come eat pizza. Thanks for the 28 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think we're just getting a forest here, right? It's probably just castle, actually. Does Rogues have legs in Historic? I don't think Rogues is very good in Historic. I think Rogues is very similar to what it does in Standard, in that it's very good against random brews people want to play, like what we're playing, but it's pretty bad against the good aggressive decks in the format. And yes, Historic has a lot of decks that play to the board like that. I actually don't know, Umbert. So for context, and I've talked about how my income breaks down before on stream. I'm pretty transparent about the whole thing, but like when you're a creator of my size, and what I mean by that is on my YouTube channel, if one of my YouTube videos gets 8,000 views, that's really good, right? Like the average video on my channel averages, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 views at most, which is like, that's an okay number, but it's definitely not huge by YouTube means. And I think we just blow this up to start, and then we cast this. So like my revenue, when someone subs and I say thank you for keeping me employed, that's just me being honest, because like 90% of my income comes from Twitch subscriptions. While I see a non-zero amount of ad revenue, most months it's fairly negligible. Like you need to be putting out daily videos that get, you know, 50 to 100,000 views or more to have like sustainable, livable income on just like ad revenue alone. Since your videos are rather long, does the amount of time someone watches factor in? No. The only thing that makes you more money on YouTube is ad density. And my hour and a half, 2 hour long videos, because I don't spam people with ads on my YouTube channel, often have fewer ads than like 5 to 10 minute videos do on other channels. So like for context, my YouTube videos, I put an ad at the beginning, an ad at the very end, an ad at 30 minutes, and an ad at an hour. So like my hour and a half or 2 hour video has 4 ads in it, and that's very low. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know all the details that go into YouTube premium payouts. I don't wanna speak to that and speak incorrectly. How much time off stream do you spend editing and planning? My ratio is probably about 5 to 10 minutes off stream doing work for every hour that I'm live. So if I stream 7 to 8 hours in a day, I work 8 to 10.
The Arkbow at my side, I can't lose a fight.
I don't even know if I want to plus on this Nissa, because I just like don't have more lands. Oh, we could technically cast this, huh?
My, how you
Yeah, I think that's the play. I think we just like concede to a removal spell here, and we like play second Vivien and try and kill this Soaring Thought Thief.
I will survive you. Get him.
Okay. I still have a bunch of cards in hand here still. Which is a little scary. And like the value on my Nissa is running out quickly because I don't have lands. Which is a little awkward. It's like this is a Nissa deck that's like has a pretty low land count.
Time to disappear into the brush.
Yeah, YouTube lets you flag like what your hey, thanks for the 43 months, Bob. I appreciate that. Welcome back. YouTube these days lets you flag whether or not your videos are like what type of content you're making, whether or not it's like safe for advertisers. And like I just 100% of the time flag my personal content as there's some swearing in it, even if I know I didn't swear in a video, because one, I often swear a little bit, and two, if I did and I forgot it and I missed it, I don't want to get in trouble. Now, it is a little unfortunate that Allosaurus Shepherd does not make Golos uncounterable here. Yeah. And I feel like this game is probably a good example of how unwinnable this matchup is. Like, I feel like a lot of things went pretty right for us this game, but we still got pretty thoroughly dismantled. Rogues just praise on everything that's not aggro. It's a very, very polarized deck. In the original build, you had Elder Gargaroth over Golos. That's like marginally better against rogues, but yeah, the artifact ramp deck is really, really reasonable, Bob. Okay. There is an extra deck in the stream title. Thank you. Too many decks on the dance floor, chat. Yeah, Gargaroth's a fine card. A generically playable card. Snacky Cakes, thanks for hooking up that Prime support. I appreciate it. And Detox Peacock, thank you for the Prime as well. Good morning, good morning. Almost missed that one. Sorry about that. I'm bottoming this, looking for something playable this turn. Nice. Nailed it. Just like we drew it up. Actually, it's weird. Snacky Cakes, are you Detox Peacock? Or is my Twitch notifications bugged? Because my activity feed says Detox Peacock, subscribed with Prime, but my Twitch chat says Snacky Cakes did. And they're both they don't neither of them appear in bold. Weird. This is really awkward on an empty board.
Civilization
So far,
too far.
Search for Greatness, feeling really bad. Like the scries have been kind of okay, whatever, but like not really putting anything into play meaningful for us. I guess I theoretically could have put this into play for free with the Leyline and then like activated Mobilized District to put counters on it this turn. Maybe that's the play. We drop this for free, play this rather than give up the scry. BK, thanks for the follow.
a survivor.
It has to be 5? Does it have to be 5? Is it exactly one more? Wow, this card's really bad. It has to be. This card is. I've seen people playing this in Enigmatic Incarnation decks, and wow. Yeah, yikes. This card. This card didn't feel playable on the surface, and now that I've actually read it, it looks even worse than it did at a glance. Like, I thought this was templated like Eldritch Evolution, where you could, like, get up to 2 more, but it wasn't a strict requirement. Yeah, like, this card is, like, super narrow. It's good if you have exactly Nissa, Leyline, 2 green sources, I guess, right? Otherwise, it's just an enchantment that scries one every turn. I mean, we have Leylines and 5-drops. Technically speaking. And this is the downside too. We've talked about how, you know, these tutor style effects in these formats, like your sideboard slots are such a precious premium in these non-rotating formats. Like having to like only board in 1 card in a lot of matchups means that you're worse post board than your opponents are a lot of the time, because they're getting to make their decks, you know, like 2 to 5 cards better a lot of the time, and you're getting like 1 or 2 cards better at most. It pairs well with Omen of the Sea. Can you explain why Search of Greatness is good with Omen of the Sea? I don't see an explicit synergy there. What am I missing? What is the first deck day? We played Treasure Flare to start today, and the deck is hilarious and awesome. Really, really great set heading up to YouTube from that one. No, yeah, it's only other permanents. You can flash it in at the beginning of turn 3 to get a free 3-drop. So your big upside synergy is that on turn 3, you get to cast Preordain and play a 3-mana spell. That's the big synergy we're going for. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say my assertion that doesn't sound very good is still true. Overtaker, thanks for the follow. The person I just timed out for wondering why we don't have Nykthos in our deck, I'd encourage you to use Scryfall to find out what cards are legal and historic. Tron player, thank you for the 31 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, definitely don't use the Gatherer. That one's not gonna help you. All right, so this is the part where they slaughter my board with this Priest and the Mayhem Devil, right? Well, I guess Paradise Druid is untapped at least. We got that going for us. They can kill my Goose and my Llanowar Elf, though. Yeah, I kind of feel like this deck is lacking payoffs a little bit, Pittsburgh Phil. I'm not really sold in general on these various 2-drops. So we're gonna sacrifice Visionary because this triggers when we sacrifice stuff too. So if I sacrifice the Goose, the Visionary will die to the Mayhem Devil trigger. Some people talking about World Tree versus Cascading Cataracts earlier. Something worth noting here is that, oh, we need to draw a land anyways, right? If they hadn't killed our mana dorks, Cascading Cataracts would have activated for mana of any color, and World Tree wouldn't have been active yet. That's something to note. All right, now it wouldn't have mattered. Oh gosh, if I use Goose to activate this, they get to kill things? I mean, I think I have to, right? Because my hand just doesn't do anything. Okay, and then we're gonna murder the Priest of the Forgotten Gods here, right?
Nature will take back what rightfully belongs to it. Watch out. They bite.
Humph. They bite, chat. I'm gonna kill my elf and my Vivien here. The person that submitted this deck intentionally mismatched the lands, yes. You made it impossible to watch other creators with bad takes on Historic, people that want Force of Will and Blood Moon into the format. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of people that they just want Historic to just get every powerful Legacy and Modern card into it. And I really hope that that's not what happens. Hey, thanks for stimulating my economy, Jukawal. I appreciate the 14 months. Welcome back. It's good to have you. You were one of the folks that was playing Mythgard. Are you still doing that? I've been enjoying their latest card releases. Are you playing in their event on Saturday? Yes, that's exactly what I want, Fig Leaf. In my opinion, that's what would be perfect. All of the sweet cards, all of the cards that I loved playing at various points, that are no longer playable in formats like Modern and Legacy are exactly what I want for Historic. I think I just let this die because I don't want Golos to die.
I'm gonna love holding this grudge.
Alright, so we need to draw a land here in order to activate Golos. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's a good point too. After seeing the mutate card we got recently, I think I would love to see more of that.
Will not threaten this world.
I would love to see more cards like the recent what's it called card that we got? The new mutate card that was direct to commander, those types of effects. More commander staples like that into this format would be great too, because those types of cards aren't even modern legal, so it would like let this format feel unique from not only Pioneer but also modern. I firmly believe that Magic's greatest feature as a game is its variety of play modes, and I really just want more variety in those play modes, not historic to just become some watered down version of Legacy and Modern. I want it to be unique and different and have its own identity. This might let us win this game. So I'm gonna get to pump Blast Zone to 3, and then we'll get to blow that up and kill these Mayhem Devils. I would love Knight of the Reliquary. Knight of the Reliquary is legal in this format. It speaks to the power level of what people don't going on. I had someone in a YouTube comment when they were talking about cards they wanted to see in this format, put Thragtusk on the list of cards they wanted to see. And Thragtusk is legal in this format, but it's also just not playable. So like, historic won't make all the old cards you love potentially playable again. Like things like Knight and Thragtusk just aren't very powerful. But like, you know.
Let us talk. I will endure.
Now I think Restoration Angel would be great. Restoration Angel and Vendilion Click are two cards I would love to see. You take that back about Thrag Daddy. Sorry. Oh, we're just dead, right? Yeah, we're just dead. They attack us for 9. They sacrifice this. They sacrifice the food. We die. Veed indeed. Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Cards like Primeval Titan that are powerful enough to be staples in other formats, I think those are things I'd rather err on the side of not having. Yeah, all of those cards that are current format staples in Legacy and Modern, I'd mostly like to stay away from those. Again, I would much rather they put slightly lower powered level things in so they could have a chance to breathe. This scene's really good. This is a linear do the thing hand for sure. A keyword or mechanic that's not already present? Nah, not really. All right, and then we lost our payoff here. So, like, you know, kind of wish I just had more payoffs to draw into. Feels like there's probably just a bit too much tire spinning in this deck as is. Because, like, even like Karn and Vivien aren't strictly payoffs to a degree because they're clunky and don't play to the board immediately. Listen, when Elder Deep Fiend becomes legal in this format, we are going to spend an unhealthy amount of time playing with it on stream, okay? It probably won't be good enough, but gosh darn if we're not going to cast it a bunch. Yeah, I agree, Juka. Karn the Great Creator is a card I've been super whelmed by in this format. Have not been excited about casting it. Yeah, I think replacing Search with another bomb is probably a good idea, Seth.
Witness the ties that bind us all.
Leyline is payoff adjacent. This taps for 4, so I can attack with these two. We are going to get to start activating Leyline, which is nice. Can I set the internet on fire? We're talking about cards we want in Historic. Can I say I would like to play with Rick, whatever his name is, the Walking Dead card in Historic? Is that a card I'm allowed to ask to be printed into Arena? Or would the internet just like collectively explode? I'm assembling my pitchforks, Jeff. Listen, I'm gonna be really upset. All I'm gonna say is, if I'm not allowed to play with Lord of the Rings cards on Magic Arena, it's gonna be a huge disappointment. So I understand we didn't get the secret layer, but I better get a Lord of the Rings set on Magic Arena, okay? Oh, did we just lose our Nissa? Yikes.
Forgive me.
Alright, are we just killing their Death Shadow?
Close your eyes. Breathe.
Gandalf, Control, or Riot? Yeah, exactly. You get me. Okay, so this taps for 3, 6. I think we just passed here, right? Jedi, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. I'm just holding my blockers up for now. I think we're on blocking duty for the time being while we pump up the jam here. Keeping Vivien alive means the jam gets pumped higher. Yeah, there's honestly, I know a lot of people are sad about Wizards polluting their IP a little bit, but I think that the potential for crossovers is sweet. Can I get like Spider-Man and Captain America Magic the Gathering cards? That sounds lovely. Yeah, I want Marvel crossovers, exactly. What was it? Someone, one of the subs in chat put it the best way possible. It would be awesome, I think, if Magic just became like the Lego game of card games, where like there's the original like base Lego games, but at the same time there's also just like every flavor you could imagine of that. We're flashing back Claim the Firstborn, sure. Fine, this is one of the less offensive claims that have been cast.
time to disappear into the brush.
Ugin and Thanos probably have enough in common. It's true, you know. It is 8 to activate Leyline, not 6. That is accurate. Man, these blast zones have been real good. Speaking of things that are great. Although I guess they're killing my elves here if I do that. Honestly, I feel like the community kind of monkey pawed themselves a little bit when it comes to how the Godzilla cards were, because there was pushback on the way the Godzilla cards worked too, if you recall. So it's like, yeah, I think we pumped this to 2 to kill Pyromancer and Kroxa. So like, if people were gonna complain regardless, and people were definitely gonna complain regardless, they might as well go full hog, right? Just like actually print cards like that. Because like the Godzilla thing did happen first, and like it was still received a lot of pushback from people in the community. Not all of the same people, but from a lot. And like, honestly, from the Wizard side, I can definitely see the argument where like, well, if they're gonna complain regardless, we might as well just do full IP crossovers, so that way, because like not only is having 2 names a little bit awkward, but I would assume it's harder to pitch to a brand, hey, we want to put your brand on a card, but it's not really a card, it's just a skin of another card. It feels less special at a glance. Yeah, I agree, Hidden Flame. I think IP crossovers will be huge with casual players. And like, casual players are the bulk of Magic players, so I expect them to be wildly popular and successful.
And away you go.
At any rate, let's move off of this topic of discussion. I think we know where I stand at this point. We're just going to go in circles. Are we dead here again? It feels like we're dead here again. It feels like everything went right for my deck this game, but it just wasn't good enough. We just got picked apart, and what we were doing just wasn't particularly strong. What's going on, Cody? I got you. Okay. Yeah, it definitely feels that way a bit, Gummy Pizza. Like we're playing all these cards that ramp us out, but like activating Leyline is the biggest thing that we do. Maybe I'm just supposed to play this so we can Golos next turn. I don't know, it feels like trying to hit a land tier is valuable. The Treasure Flare deck we started with this morning was awesome, but there is a higher than average amount of swearing in the video, and I apologize for that, but the Magic Arena interface is really bad when you have a lot of cards in your hand, and not only is it really bad, but they actually made it worse in recent updates. Apparently there's a bug or a feature, actually it might actually be intentional, and it's just bad intentionally, where when you reorder cards in your hand, Arena reorders them for you. Which is really something. There are Death Shadow decks, so rather than hit them this turn, I'm going to activate this. Against Death Shadow decks, you often want to save up to kill them in one fell swoop.
Stomping time.
You do anything with the Spider card? No, Spider Spawning's not really a constructed playable card. I assume Spider Spawning was included in the most recent historic anthology for cube purposes.
I've seen too many species die already.
I can help you no longer.
MMA Village rates my forest. Wow. Look at our good draw here just get completely and utterly dismantled. I guess we attack. This is enabling Shadow though, which is scary. The Kazul's Furies are sweet technology in the red-black Shadow deck. I like that a lot. I'm just playing multiple copies. Seems like a good card to be playing. Let's go with Croxa too, honestly. Well, I mean, that's like the biggest bomb in my deck, right? I don't really know that it's good enough to win this game, but it's what we've got, so we're gonna work with it.
The land fights for us.
I think statements like that are very silly, Hidden Flame. The idea that, like, when did the historic anthology cards release? Good God, I'm just gonna give you a 10-minute timeout. His Death Shadow hasn't proven itself consistent enough. It literally hasn't even been on Arena for a week. Stop it, Twitch chat. Come on. I get that being responsible and saying we don't have enough information yet and we have to wait and see isn't exciting. And it's boring to have to wait and see, but like, seriously, it's been 6 days. Good golly. Jeff, it's been 24 hours. Why don't you know what the best Death Shadow deck is yet? Well, you see, Twitch chat. I can't even really attack here, right? If I attack, they block with this, and then they get to escape Kroxa, where they take the hit and their Death Shadow becomes huge. Yeah, like, after this weekend, we'll have, like, a small amount of data. So, like, the SCG Tour event this weekend is historic, and all their qualifiers are historic, so that'll be a pretty good data pool. The Hoaglandia Open is happening on Sunday, and that's a little bit more of a casual event, but that will also provide reasonable data. How many people we got signed up, speaking of? We're up to 53 players signed up already, and the event's not till Sunday. SC doing historic is interesting. When do they start doing that? Well, I assume they just know that people want to play formats when they're fresh, Bob. It doesn't surprise me that SCG is doing historic. Like, they always did more non-rotating formats, right? As a lawyer, astronaut, paleontologist, sheriff, CEO, I was running my first business meeting at 6 days old. If Death Shadow can't prove itself in the same amount of time, it must be awful. Man, that's like a copy pasta level. That's a good one, Bulletproof. That's The
land shall conquer you.
We can turn Mobilized District into a 6/6 in a pinch here. Strixhaven previews do start next week. I'm excited to share my preview card with all of you. I did decide to break my NDA, and I leaked my Wizards of the Coast preview card for the next set in the Runeterra video I posted yesterday. You can find the link on Twitter. Does this even do anything? Like, I can't... Like, what does this even get? Like, I have a bunch of mana, like... But, like, I, have to tap out for that, right? Like, this taps for 3, I guess. I'm just gonna, like, die to them attacking? Yeah, I'm gonna... Alright, let's try and, like, put some good cards in this deck. I would like to put more good cards in the deck. Alright, so. The ramp deck should play Ugin. I mean, I don't know that this deck specifically needs to play Ugin, but, like, some amount of Ulamog is probably not unreasonable. I definitely want I definitely want more payoffs. Yeah, this isn't really an Ugin ramp deck. What's the next best ramp, idiot? Is it Incubation Druid? This is the next best ramp, idiot. Wolf Willow Haven. So, Leyline of Abundance encourages you to play creatures. The O3. That could be fine. Yeah, my Kingdom for Elfish Mystic is definitely correct. Oh, I like that suggestion, actually. Yeah, Tangly Boy is good. As someone who enjoys hitting land drops, Tangly Boy sounds lovely. Incubation Druid is really good with Vivien. That's true. Because you, like, play Vivien on 3 and then give it counters, then it ramps for 3 mana. I don't know. Tangly Boy sounds nice. Alright, let's try this. Let's just try, like, some more good cards and payoffs. I don't really know that double encounters with Thornclick sounds super good. Like, because we're not an Ugin deck, that doesn't sound particularly exciting to me. Like, alting Nissa right away is, like, whatever. Yeah, Visionary could potentially be bad. I agree with that. The cantrip is nice, but would Nykthos add anything to Historic would be a bigly mistake. Thanks for 32 months, BDP. Well, I mean, we're getting Nykthos eventually, right? Nykthos isn't Bandit Pioneer, so we're eventually getting everything that way. I feel like taking a minute to find an opponent is telling me to play Incubation Druid. I'll play one more Tangly Boy too. Am I? Am I just gonna play 4 of this? Let's just play 4 of that. Oh, do I only have 12 cards in my sideboard? I think you're super right. Should put 15 cards in the sideboard. That's a busted suggestion. If you're looking for codes for my Mythgard deck, Sporadic Penguin, they have a real client, so you can just, like, search Jeff Hoagland in their client, find my profile, and, like, pull my decks from my match history. Because Mythgard software is second to none. 12 people. Don't oversell them, Juka. Their company page lists 9 employees. Yeah, Sand looks great. Some ramp idiots, 2 payoffs. Peace was never an option, chat.
If you wish to meditate and prepare.
Yeah, Henny's expertise. Yep. Man, that tempo. That is a lot of tempo, chat. You sent a message, they sent one back. Ain't that the truth? We can grab the Mobilized District here. Creature land feels like it has a lot of value against a Planeswalker deck. Combo decks. Yeah, we've played Neoform combo, Vanifear combo. We played Treasure Flare this morning. There is a great playlist on my YouTube channel. That's all the historic decks we've played on stream. A lot of good things to search up there. I think we're dead, champion. I think we died. Playing ramp spells that die to sweepers does not feel good against the mono sweeper deck, chat. This will come as a shock to many of you to discover, I'm sure. Oh yeah, the Terror of the Peaks combo. I think I'm gonna put Terror combo in the deck voting for the 3rd deck today. That deck was sweet last time we played it. I think you want to cut Leyline when our dorks are dying. Sure, maybe. Maybe I could board into something like Brontodon. Oh yeah, Storm Herald's a good one. So another combo deck we played a bit of. It's very reasonable. I haven't seen Turmoil in a hot minute. We played that one since I've been back. There's a YouTube video up on it with the new cards. The fast lands were a big upgrade for that one. Morning, Limu. Attack here, because even if they kill one of these next turn, I can still play a 5-drop. Everything went so horribly wrong, chat. Everything went so horribly wrong. See this one come in. Dead chat. Oh. I'd love to put that on top. Yeah, you could even follow my profile in the Mythgard client, Penguin, and then when I'm playing matches off stream on my iPad, you can spectate my matches. Even when I'm not streaming. The Mythgard client really is second to none when it comes to feature-to-feature comparison.
I know aim keep an open mind.
Just really fantastic all around. We get to attack with Garg, but I only get to make a 3/3. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now so they don't kill this in response. This is technically one more point of damage, right? I think I just passed here. I think I want to play this out into a sweeper. I've been enjoying the colorless ramp deck, so take these biddies. Thank you, Mr. One. Yeah, it's been a popular one. Definitely one we're going to revisit at some point. Pumping the team would have given me a 4 toughness beast. That's a good point. Honestly, I think I'm just boarding in all of these threats. I will just leave her 2/2s to fetch up if we want to get creatures with her. Nice, nice. Well, so like wish packages depend on, it depends on the power of the wish package and what you're taking away from it largely. So like, for example, we played Fae of Wishes the other day and it felt very reasonable in the deck that we played it in. And I wouldn't have cut the Fae of Wishes package. The problem is that like, there's no Ensnaring Bridge and Mycos and Flatus for Karn the Great Creator to get in these formats. Just like the power level of the things you're getting in comparison to what you're giving up by not having those sideboard slots just isn't a very good comparison, is what it comes down to. So I definitely don't think it's as simple or straightforward as this is best of 3, so wishes aren't good. It's the what my wish is doing needs to be more valuable than it currently is. There's also a real cost to playing a card like Karn that just like doesn't really impact the board the turn you play it. Like spending 4 mana in a format, spending 4 mana to not impact the board is rough. I think Ensnaring Bridge is too much for Historic. I think Ensnaring Bridge is a Magic card that generates shit play patterns, and I'd prefer fewer cards that generate shit play patterns in my format of choice. I'm gonna lead on the Golos here, because Allosaurus Shepherd doesn't protect this anyways. If Bridge and Moon came into this format, I'd be done, and I stayed through Uro. Yeah, no joke. I genuinely think those cards are more miserable to play against than Uro. I get that people love them, and that's their kink, and like, whatever. If you enjoy that type of Magic, good for you, but I really don't. I want to, like, take meaningful game actions. To the folks in chat talking about the superhero movies and how they relate to politics, I appreciate your being civil, but if you could take that to the subs Discord or to a DM, I'd appreciate it. It's off topic for what we're talking about right now. Yeah, we're gonna give this one more shake, but this archetype just doesn't feel consistently powerful. And maybe having 8 1-mana dorks would change that a little bit, but I feel like without having 8 elves at a minimum, like even when you have 8 elves, this deck is like only okay in Pioneer. We potentially have a turn 3 Nissa. Lukewarm take. Blood Moon's obnoxious even in formats where people can fetch basics.
I protect that which cannot protect itself. Rise, my elemental friend.
Got me. It's fine. I wasn't going to use those cards anyways.
Harness the elements.
You consider Goose on par with Elves? No, I explicitly don't. That's why I said this deck doesn't have 8 Elves. The fact that you can't use Goose to play some spells, ramp spells 2 turns in a row means it's just really not comparable. People that talk about wanting non-basic land hate in Historic, I don't think that's inherently a bad idea, but I think something like Burning Earth would be an appropriately power-leveled non-basic land hate card for the format. It's a card that punishes people for not having basic lands, but it doesn't just end the game on the spot. Has the game audio gone screwy? Maybe? I'm gonna keep this around the draw. Captain, thanks for the 41 months. Welcome back. Yeah, probably need a restart. We've been live for almost 3 hours. I'm gonna take my Paradise Druid. We'll draw 4 lands in a row. Everything will be great. That's true. Things are technically better than the need to restart every 90 minutes. By a little bit. I think Birds is probably fine for Historic. Honestly, Birds would be a sweet addition to Historic because not only is it likely a fine power level, but it's a pretty iconic card, right? As long as Mayhem Devil decks are tier 1, these 1 toughness dorks really will struggle to be too strong. Tiny Bones. Do I have my Birds of Paradise around here somewhere? You know, I actually don't know where those went. Christy and I cleaned my office at some point. I don't remember where we put them. I have a place at a Birds of Paradise still for some of the few Magic cards I kept. Eighth edition Birds. What's up, bud?
Together we will prevail.
You need me to find Declan? You lost him?
Behold nature's true power.
He's got a class. Oh, you know what? Could I have... If I would have floated and then untapped, I would have played Gargaroth. I could have played Gargaroth here, right? I would have missed an attack for 3, but I would have gotten my other 5-drop into play. That's probably better. Are they dead? Oh, no, they're not, because they're going to make us sack something. Yeah, when you tap a creature land for mana, it produces an extra. This making a 2/2 means they're not dead.
Harness the elements.
If I would have put the Gargaroth into play instead of the other Leyline, they'd have died. That's fine. It looks like we're still doing okay here. Yeah. All right, mono green greater than waste not confirmed. All right, I'm gonna do one more match with this. I'm gonna restart the client really quick before I do that. I'm gonna put deck voting up for the last historic deck today before we dive into the next one. If you haven't been here before for deck voting, everybody gets one vote. You can also spend channel points or bits to vote extra. So what do I want to put up for deck voting today? Let's do what historic deck next? Let's do UB Flash, blue-red, terror combo. Color Enigmatic sounds fun. That could be fine. All right, I'm gonna do this vote. This will be a 10-minute vote because we're gonna play another match. All right, you got 10 minutes to lock your vote in. Play one more with mono green ramp. I try not to put decks up for deck voting that we just played. So we'll get back to those again next week or something like that. I promise. But I try not to hit those again right away. Sure, Panda. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. I can see Greater Hoof Behemoth being okay. I agree with you that it works well with our mana dorks. I'll give you like a 5-minute, like a one minute warning for people that want to vote. All right, blue-black flash is getting slaughtered. Blue-red terror and 4-color enigmatic are the ones that actually have votes behind them. So, unless you plan on spending a pile of channel points, I would recommend voting for terror or enigmatic. It looks like one of those is gonna win. Steel Berserker, thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. Well, open to draw a land next turn, chat.
From the smallest ant to the largest hydra, nature is this'll be fun to watch.
Tight race here between blue, red, terror, and 4-color enigmatic. Within a dozen votes of each other here. Hey, if we get a land next turn, we'll be in a pretty good spot. This is where the magic happens.
We're fit enough.
I should put a Tangled Florahedron in the sideboard so we can wish for it. Throwing away shillings like the shillionaire I am. Can you tell how many votes are democracy points? At the end of the voting, it tells me the person who cheered the most and the person who spent the most shillings. But it doesn't do it mid-vote, so it doesn't give me a breakdown. If my vote loses, can I have a refund? You cannot. And remember, for people that are new, you need to be a good loser if the deck that you vote for doesn't win. What does being a good loser means? It means no coups. Okay, chat? I'm counting on you. I believe in you. You can be a good loser. If my 7-year-old can learn the concept of being a good loser, all of you at home can as well. Steel Berserker, thank you for the 17 months. Fire and Fury, checking in for the 20th month. Welcome back, folks. Not even a little baby coup. Oh, also, people were talking about Cascading Cataracts earlier versus the other card that we could be playing. Cascading Cataracts is an indestructible land for Nissa to make a 3/3, which is another reason to play it. All right, voting's about half over. 4-color Enigmatics up a little bit, up by about 50 votes it looks like. This is a Nissa deck, Neil. It is accurate to describe our deck as a Nissa deck. We're looking to ramp into 5-drops, and she's definitely the best of our 5-drops. Bad Bud confirmed. I mean, Ugin's pretty good too. Honestly, I know we cut the Karns already. The Vivien's been pretty underwhelming too. Like, putting 1/1 counters on our mana dorks has not felt particularly impressive. I feel like our opponent's probably going to be killing our board a lot, so I'm going to board an Allosaurus Shepherd over the ley lines. Ooh, terror combos jumped up above. I would like to congratulate Hoaglandia. We currently have about 900 people in chat and almost 1,800 votes have been cast. So 200% voter turnout is fantastic. You love to see it. You know where you could go to find great deck lists, Patronizing Porpoise? On my YouTube channel. Every video description has a deck list in it, and the deck lists in the video descriptions on my YouTube channel are the ending deck lists. If, assuming Historic stays reasonable through the next couple of card releases, I'm planning to put Historic decks back up on my website this summer. I've been hurt before though, so I'm not doing it before then. Game Arcane, thanks for the 16 months. Welcome back. Come on, guys. 4-color Flash still has a chance. Oh. Man, Terror and 4-color are neck and neck. People are pounding those votes into those two decks there. Oh, the votes in Hoaglandia are 100% being influenced by foreign powers, chat. I'm out of channel points. Ooh. I'm from the UK. Do I count as a foreign influence? Listen, in Hokelandia, all countries are foreign influence, chat. That's true. For 5,000 bits, Flash can guaranteed win a vote for tomorrow. Ooh, this is actually a sweet draw. So I get to go this into Vivien, put some counters on my Incubation Druid.
I've survived an apocalypse. I will survive you.
About a minute left on voting. Terror Combo has pulled out ahead with almost 100 votes. How much for Mythgard build rounds? All deck submissions are $50 regardless of game, Scottish. Wow. Just stone cold nothing, huh? That's great for us.
My, how you've grown.
Oh gosh, 4-color Enigmatic is caught up. The votings are coming down to the wire. They're within 30 votes. They're within 20 votes. Oh no. Oh, Terror's keeping it up. We've crossed the 3,000 vote threshold for the day. The roller dude with the 137,000 channel point contribution, and Beansy with the 1,600 bits. Blue-red Terror Combo with the narrow margin takes the win. I need to know if Beansy finally won a deck vote contest. Did you win, Beansy? Were you voting for Terror Combo or were you on 4-color Enigmatic? I lost. Oh, Beansy. Oh, Beansy. Are we dead here? I don't think we can beat these, right? Actually, what if I give them Vornclicks plus Epiphany? I can't beat Sea Gods. I'm gonna give them... Oh, no! Fuck! Ah, I messed up the interface. Damn it. Alright, we're gonna concede. I think there was a chance we could beat Vornclicks plus... I think there was a chance we could beat Vornclicks plus Epiphany there, but I was talking about the ones I wanted to give them, and then I was going to click on the two I wanted to give them, and the interface says click on the one to put back in the deck, so. Not a guaranteed W, but I think we could have maybe played through those. You need to rename the blue-black flash deck to Gary Johnson. I've used that interface a ton too. I just was talking and clicking at the same time. It's a deadly combination, chat. Yeah, Terror Combo felt sweet last time we played it. I'm interested to see if it was a fluke or if it could potentially be reasonable. I think I'd rather save 3 life than deal them 1. That could be wrong though. Am I getting censored? I don't think I'm supposed to play around censor here. Really? They're still playing Jawari Disruption Historic? That's interesting. Technically did not get censored. Big mood. Yeah, playing while distracted is a huge thing on digital platforms. That's like when people always get like kind of elitist about ladder matches and like what's competitive and what's not. The consideration of people are playing while distracted is something that doesn't come up frequently enough. Like, you'll see plenty of sloppy play at, like, even in Mythic and stuff like that, because it's very rare that when someone is playing Arena, they're only playing Arena. Usually you're doing other things at the same time. Children, yep. I'm watching you while I play Arena. Yeah, exactly. How often are you watching a stream? Probably pretty often.
Nature will take back what rightfully belongs to it.
I feel like this would be better. We'd be better off if this is just like an individually good threat. Someone just Field of Runes by Cataract. Thanks for the ramp spell. I definitely had Haley jump up out of my lap and slam the enter button on a keyboard, sending a tweet I had only half written last night. She's very, very bouncy. She was doing you a favor. Honestly, probably. I'm pretty sure I blocked the person I was responding to when they responded to the tweet that I sent back to them. MTG Arena announcements. There's literally nothing of any value in here, right? It's just like talking about the historic shape-up. Sure. I'm not even gonna bother, but there's someone linked a thing in chat that doesn't really have anything meaningful in it.
We're fit enough to survive.
The more I view my children as tiny drug people, the less angry I am about their behavior. They do have a lot of parallels to tiny drug people. You're not wrong. Okay, a Mobilized District here. I know I posted a Runeterra patch review. You can find the link on my Twitter. Speaking of Twitter. Posted it yesterday. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9. We're one land away from Gaston Big Daddy here. You can't use channel points to vote if you're timed out. Oh gosh, that's rough. Did they fix Twisted Fate? The patch, for people that didn't catch it, I tweeted it. I forgot to do it live on stream. Let me get you a link. Where's it? There you go. Here's my patch review. for people who missed it.
I'd get out of the way if I were you.
Citizen paid, yep. We've mobilized the people, chat. And they shan't be taken for granted anymore. Mobilize. 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 Swim, refresh the page, and then logged off. Yep. Well, I mean, like, for the record, Swim probably should have known that was coming, right? Is he in my League Discord server? Is... Yeah, Swim's in the Riot Discord server. We have a League partner Discord server. We get some tidbits a little bit early. We're NDA'd, so we can't share them, but like, share them in advance. You have clicks. This is lethal, right? I can activate this, but this is lethal.
My, how you've grown.
No, it's everyone in the Riot Partner Program, Hidden Flame. Pretty whelmed by this. I think where we ended is better than where we started. It honestly is probably correct to push even more in the direction of... It's probably even right to push even more in the direction of having more individually powerful threats. Vivien specifically just felt pretty mediocre in a lot of those games. I know she was like okay in that last one, but I'd prefer... I'd prefer more just like, you know, Gargaroth and Nissa and Golos style cards that are just like good on their own. So, I don't think I would recommend playing an archetype like this in general until we get Elvish Mystic eventually, whenever that's coming to Magic Arena. This isn't an Ugin deck, and honestly, there's probably a good chance that, like, because you can't play Ugin, you just, like, basically aren't getting the best ramp payoff in the format building your ramp deck like this. Like, playing Ugin in your deck that's trying to ramp to it via creatures isn't good, because you're going to exile all of your creatures when you down ticket, which is the good thing about Ugin. So, like, Ugin's a fine top end in, like, a Mana Rock style ramp deck, or like a Cultivate style ramp deck where you're not exiling your own stuff, but in here, this just can't play Ugin, which probably means it's not ideal. There's more like aggressively creature-based ramp deck trying to leverage Leyline, and just really struggles without having a lot of good one-drops. Goose is just not the same as Goose is just not the same as Elvish Mystic.